Just when you thought your day really sucked.
You suck!
Here comes something to make it suck even more. It's a Lamont and Tonelli podcast.
Good friend of the show, Tom Arnold, is on the line. Tom, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, Tom,
Yes.
where do we start with you?
So much going on.
Oh, where do we start with you? Now, first off, the last time you were here,
Yep.
I think we distinctly asked you about Roseanne, and you said you never, ever, ever wanted anything to do with her again.
Ever.
And
Right.
then all of a sudden, you're on her roast.
Now, hey,
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't, it was, I mean, until the day before, I thought I would never, ever
Right.
want anything to do with her again. I mean, it came together at the last minute.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was a lot. My wife actually had to, she finally, the night before, said, you know, I think you should do this. I think, you know, there had been some back and forth. They had some ideas for me. Well, on Tuesday before they were called and said, yeah, here's the idea. She'd like you to come out dressed like a waiter and serve her a drink in the middle of the roast and then leave. And I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to. You can have one of her other ex-husbands do that. I'm not going to. That's not. You know, and as the week went on, they kept, you know, saying, well, what if this and what if that? They said, why don't you talk to her? She'd like to talk to you. I said, if I talk to her before this, then it won't happen. I can promise you, because if she pitches me something stupid like that, I'm going to say that's stupid, and then she's going to be pissed, and then it's going to be yelling, and then it's over. So finally on Thursday before, they said, whatever you want to do. Because my thing all along was, I can only do this if it's a surprise and I show up and I don't have to sit on the dais with those other folks, and I do my thing and I say what I got to say, and then I'm able to leave. And so finally they agreed to that, and then I couldn't get my wife and my publicist on board with that, because they were like, oh my God, you don't even know the stuff that's went on behind the scenes before all these years and whatever. But that night before, I actually said, okay, you do it. And then we got Stacy, my publicist. She said, well, if she agrees to say one nice thing about you, we didn't want it to be, not that she couldn't roast me, she could, of course could roast me, but we didn't want her to say, hey, the guy showed up down here and he stormed the stage, you know, because, and you know, we didn't want that. We wanted it to be, she knew I'd be there, but, you know, but still it was a surprise, and so, you know.
Hey, Tom, let me ask you this. Is it true that as you were standing there on stage, you started wanting her and remembered all the great nights of sex with her, and you started desiring her?
Yeah. Oh, no, who are we talking about? Which one of them? Which one?
All right.
No, I will say this, honestly, as I stood up there, because I had not made eye contact with her for over 18 years. So at first I didn't want to look at her. I knew she was to the left. I couldn't, you know, I wanted to just kind of get through. And then when I looked at her, I was pissed because I was way fatter than she was. And she did look, she looked nice. And also, about in the middle of it, I'm doing my thing, and I could hear her. She was mic'd up, but I could hear her sort of cackling and talking back at the same time, like muttering, like she does. Yeah. And it was funny, and it kind of reminded me of why I liked her in the first place. You know, she was a funny chick back in the day, and you know, and so that was nice. You know, I did not think of anything beyond that, but she's funny, crazy, but funny.
Hey, real quick, you got a brand new movie coming out. It's called Hit and Run. Tell us about this movie.
Hit and Run. Dax Shepard wrote and directed it. Kristen Bell plays his girlfriend in the movie, like in real life. He's in the witness protection program. She gets a job opportunity in California. He decides to pull up roots and leave witness protection and go with him. Yeah. And I play his federal marshal who's guarding him, not doing a very good job, but guarding him. And then Bradley Cooper plays the guy that is the reason he's in witness protection program, because he testified against him. Right. He finds out that he's on the move, and then he heads to get him. And then, you know, Michael Rosenbaum, Dave Koechner, Kristen Chenoweth, Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes. There's a bunch of fun people in the movie, and it's one of those sort of chase movies, but it's really fun. It's
All right. Fun. Hey, we look forward to having you in the studio sometime.
Absolutely. Next time I'm up there, I'm there.
All right. The great Tom Arnold, he's always a treat. Sounds like a good movie. Hit and Run.
Yeah, it does.
All right.
What a great cast.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Yeah.
Another fine product from Uranus.
That concludes the Lamont and Tonelli podcast. To hear more and everything Lamont and Tonelli, check out the website at lntworld.com.